Hey listeners, welcome back to this episode of Spectacular Science. I'm your host, Akshay. This is our first episode of our three-part series about biomes. In this episode, we're going to be covering what biomes are and what makes a biome and how biomes are classified. In the upcoming episodes, we're going to get more into detail about land and water biomes. For now, let's take a deep dive into the science of what makes a biome and how they are classified. Let's get right into it. So, what is a biome? Well, a biome is a certain area on the planet that is classified by its climate, the types of animals that live there, the types of plants that live there, and even the soil and so many other factors that go into play. Basically, a biome is a certain environment that has these certain properties that make it unique, and that means that they're able to host a unique variety of plants and animals in that area. You might have heard of the word ecosystem. Ecosystem is basically the interactions between living and non-living things. A biome really isn't an ecosystem. It's a group of these ecosystems that all form this giant biome. And these biomes are all around the earth. And there are a few types of biomes, specific types of biomes, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But let's talk more about what makes a biome, well, a biome. Biomes are defined by many factors, including living and non-living things, or animate or inanimate objects. These are called biotic or abiotic things. A biotic object is something that's living. An abiotic object is something that's not living and doesn't directly impact anything, but they do affect each other. Abiotic factors can impact biotic factors. An example of that is the climate in a certain area. Climate isn't a living thing, but it does impact the amount of organisms that live in a certain area, and it even impacts how the organisms live and what adaptations they might have. That's one thing that makes a biome a biome. It is the temperature. The temperature and the weather all play an important role in what makes a biome a biome. And rainfall and temperature and all those different things play a very, very, very big role in making what a biome is. And these abiotic factors, like climate and rainfall, also impact biotic factors, which are plants. These plants also define biomes, and different types of plants grow in different types of biomes. And because plants are what's known as producers in an ecosystem, plants are extremely important for all the animals in an ecosystems because indirectly they are all related to plants. Biomes are also defined by the types of animals that live there, and these animals are also impacted by the climate and the plants. See how they're all interlocked with each other and they all impact each other. The animals that live in a biome are really important because they're what's known as the consumers in an ecosystem. The consumers consume other animals for food, and sometimes these consumers consume plants for food. And there are different types of animals that live in these different biomes, and the different wildlife and everything that's in these biomes basically set each of these biomes apart because every single biome on Earth, let it be the ocean, let it be a tropical rainforest, even let it be the tundra like Antarctica, every single one of those has a specific and unique type of wildlife that lives there, and that can include animals and even plants. In these different things, these biotic factors or living things, along with the abiotic factors, the non-living things such as temperature and rainfall, and when you're talking about water, how much salt is in the water, these are all different variables that play a role in setting these biomes apart. And that is what makes every single biome on Earth unique. It's just so cool to think about it. And we even live in some of these biomes, and humans are also part of these biomes, which is just amazing to think about. Biomes are all unique in their own ways, but there are some groups of different biomes. Some of the biomes can be mostly hot temperatures, some of them can be mid or temperate temperatures, and some of them can be very, very cold temperatures. Some of them can be very, very humid, or there's a lot of moisture in the air and lots of rain, or some of them can be very dry, like deserts, which don't get that much rain. And there are even groups of land and water biomes, and they are known as terrestrial and aquatic biomes. We'll get more into these types of biomes in the 2 upcoming episodes, where I'll break down the different types of biomes and I'll give you the characteristics of every single type of biome. But for now, you need to know that a biome is unique in its own ways because of the temperature, the types of animals and plants that live there, and so many other variables and the ecosystems that interact with each other. Before I go explore some more biomes around me, let's recap on what we learned in this episode. We learned that biomes are groups of different animals and plants, and they're characterized by their climates and the types of animals and the types of plants that live there. There are also ecosystems in these biomes, which are interactions between living and non-living things, and they're known as abiotic or biotic factors. These play a huge role in determining what makes a biome, well, a biome. And every single biome on this planet is unique, but sometimes they're grouped into different categories, such as aquatic and terrestrial biomes. We'll get more into that in the upcoming episodes in this biome series. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spectacular Science. Spectacular Science is produced and hosted by me, Akshay J. Raman. Our theme song and additional music are by Charan Ramachandran. Please visit my podcast website, spectacularsci.com, to find interactive activities, articles, blog posts, and all of our episodes. That's spectacularsci.com. Please also contact us through our website, spectacularsci.com/contact, or email us at podcast@spectacularsci.com. I love hearing from you listeners, and I love getting episode suggestions and different science questions. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. Please also subscribe wherever you're listening right now. It really encourages me, and you'll be up to date on all the new episodes that are coming out. Subscribe and share this podcast with your friends and family. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of Spectacular Science next week, where we'll take a closer look into terrestrial biomes or land biomes. Bye!